away, we'll be ready with the new, more affordable models available for everyone in Q4.
It's actually not just a revolution in vehicle design, but a revolution in vehicle manufacturing.
Elon Musk just revealed something no one saw coming. The 2026 Tesla Model 2 has a shocking 0.9-meter gap in its chassis. Why would anyone design a car like that? Is it a brilliant new safety breakthrough or a hidden flaw waiting to go wrong? Musk claims it's the future of EVs, but critics are already calling it risky. Why scrap 1,600 weld points for one giant casting? Could this radical move make Tesla stronger and cheaper? Or is something being overlooked? What's really hiding inside that structural gap? And why are engineers split down the middle? So, what exactly is this 0.9-meter gap Elon Musk just revealed in the 2026 Tesla Model 2? And why is it freaking everyone out? At first glance, it sounds like a design flaw, a gap in the car's structure. That's the last thing you'd expect to hear in a vehicle meant to be safe, solid, and built for mass production. But here's the twist. This isn't a glitch or an oversight. It's actually the centerpiece of Tesla's most radical redesign yet. Instead of welding together hundreds of metal parts like traditional cars, Tesla has decided to flip the entire process on its head. They've adopted what's called mega casting, building the front and rear of the vehicle as massive, single aluminum pieces. And the gap? That's not a void. It's the exact space where the structural battery pack is meant to fit. This design essentially turns the battery itself into a critical part of the car's backbone. No bolts, no seams, no endless rows of welds. Just three large, hyper-strong parts locked together. Now, compare that to the old-school way of making cars. About 400 stamped parts held together by over 1,600 welds. That's 1,600 separate points where the frame could crack under pressure or rust over time. Musk's approach cuts that number down dramatically. Fewer parts mean fewer failure points, faster assembly, lower production costs, and a lighter, stronger vehicle. And for Tesla, that's not just efficiency. It's a huge advantage over every legacy carmaker still stuck in the past. But here's where things get interesting. This design is so new, so unconventional, that it's got safety experts divided. Some are calling it the next evolution of crash safety, especially with the way the battery pack absorbs and redistributes energy. Others? Not convinced. They're asking, what happens if the car takes a hit dead center, right where the gap was? Can this unibody-style structure truly withstand years of stress, impact, and wear? Tesla insists it can, and they've got internal crash test data to prove it. But critics want independent testing, real-world proof, and long-term results. Still, this move shows Musk isn't just building another budget EV, he's rewriting the manufacturing rulebook, again. But here's the bigger question. Why risk this kind of leap on Tesla's most affordable model ever? The answer? It's got everything to do with cost, scale, and a quiet war going on behind the scenes with legacy automakers. We'll break that down next. Let's talk about what everyone's really thinking. Is this 0.9-meter gap a bold new safety innovation? Or just a risky shortcut? Because let's be honest, Elon Musk isn't exactly known for playing it safe. The Model 2 isn't just another compact EV. It's supposed to be Tesla's most affordable car ever. And this gap, sitting right in the middle of the chassis, is either a genius move to cut costs and improve safety, or it's a gamble that could backfire big time. Now, here's why it matters. That structural gap isn't empty. It's meant to be filled with Tesla's next-gen battery pack, which doesn't just power the car, it's part of the car's structure. If it works the way Musk claims, it could actually make the Model 2 more crash-resistant than traditional cars with hundreds of welded pieces. Think of it like this. Instead of a bunch of parts stitched together that crumple on impact, the car becomes one solid, reinforced block that distributes energy more evenly. But critics aren't fully convinced yet. Some engineers and crash analysts are calling this design unproven at best. They're questioning how the car handles a serious collision, especially in the center area where there used to be reinforced steel. What happens in a head-on crash? A side impact? Are we trading long-term durability and occupant safety for speedier production and cheaper manufacturing? Tesla, of course, says no. They claim that early internal crash tests show the Model 2 exceeding safety standards, thanks to the mega castings and battery and frame setup. But here's the thing. Those tests haven't been independently verified yet. And until they are, there's a bit of unease floating around. It's not enough to have the data. People want to see it, especially when you're building a car meant for millions of drivers globally. Even more interesting, some traditional automakers are now scrambling to catch up to this approach, quietly investing in their own mega casting tech and rethinking their production models. If Tesla can prove that this new structure is actually safer and cheaper to produce, it's going to put massive pressure on the rest of the industry to follow suit. But here's what really raises eyebrows. Why unveil such a risky design on Tesla's most high-volume vehicle yet? The answer might have less to do with safety and more to do with strategy. In the next chapter, we'll explore what Tesla's really trying to pull off here, and how the Model 2 could quietly rewrite the entire economics of the car industry. So, how is Elon Musk pulling off this bizarre 0.9-meter gap in the Tesla Model 2 without the car falling apart? It all comes down to something wild happening behind the scenes: Tesla's mega-casting revolution. And no, this isn't just a flashy production line update. It's a complete rewrite of how cars are made. Here's the real twist. Instead of building a car out of hundreds of small metal parts, Tesla's casting massive chunks of the vehicle as one solid piece, like making a toy car out of a single mold. The front and rear sections of the Model 2, both cast in one go. That giant 0.9-meter middle gap? It's left intentionally open for a reason, to be filled later with the structural battery. This combo turns the car into 3 key blocks that snap together, which is totally unlike anything traditional car makers are doing right now. Why does this matter? Because it slashes production time, cuts costs, and reduces the number of robots and welds needed on the factory floor. Musk isn't just chasing innovation for fun. This strategy could make building a Tesla as fast and efficient as assembling a smartphone. And when you're trying to make an EV for under $25,000, that kind of efficiency is gold. But this casting method also opens up new possibilities. Cars built this way are stiffer and more rigid, which can improve handling and crash performance, if it's done right. That's the key. Get it wrong, and any flaw in the casting means the entire part has to be scrapped. There's no easy fix like with traditional builds. So Tesla's betting big on a very unforgiving process. And so far they seem confident. Even more telling? Other car companies are now quietly testing their own gigapresses behind closed doors. Reports suggest Toyota, Hyundai, and even BMW are racing to develop similar systems. But they're years behind. Tesla already has multiple casting machines in place, including one so big it reportedly had to be shipped in parts and reassembled on-site. And that brings us to the big question. If Tesla can crank out millions of Model 2 units at record speed with this method, how will anyone else compete? In the next chapter, we'll explore the pricing strategy behind the Model 2 and how this one car might undercut not just EVs, but petrol cars too. When Elon Musk dropped the bomb about the 2026 Tesla Model 2 and that odd 0.9-meter structural gap, the internet lit up. But behind the memes and hype, experts started digging into the details. And the reactions? Let's just say not everyone's on the same page. Some analysts are calling this design pure genius. Sandy Munro, a name that's basically gospel in auto teardown circles, says Tesla's approach could obliterate cost structures in traditional automaking. In his view, the 0.9-meter gap isn't a flaw. It's a feature that reflects Tesla's deep integration of battery, structure, and production tech. It's not just about saving money. It's about rewriting the blueprint, but not everyone's sold. Auto engineer David Welch told Bloomberg that while Tesla's structural battery pack is a bold move, it also limits flexibility. If there's an issue in one section, he warns, you're replacing a massive, expensive unit, not just a part. That's a risk most legacy automakers aren't ready to take. It's efficient, but brutal if it fails. And then there's the EV competition. Ford insiders have reportedly admitted they can't match Tesla's casting scale yet. Volkswagen? They're still figuring out how to cut weight from their ID lineup. Meanwhile, Musk is out here skipping steps, merging parts, and leaving a literal hole in the center of his next car. On purpose. The financial world's watching too. Morgan Stanley. Analysts recently described the Model 2 as Tesla's iPhone moment, suggesting it could dominate the global car market the way Apple crushed the smartphone space. But even they noted that the biggest challenge won't be design or tech. It'll be delivering this at true scale without cutting corners that spark safety concerns. So the verdict? Bold, divisive, risky, revolutionary? It really depends on who you ask. But whether you're an auto geek or just someone waiting for a cheap EV, one thing's clear. No one's ignoring what Musk just did. He's forcing the entire industry to look at what's possible and rethink what's necessary. But there's one piece we haven't talked about yet, and it might be the most important. What exactly is the battery strategy behind this move? Because if Tesla's planning what we think they are, it could change everything. So why is Elon Musk so confident that the 2026 Tesla Model 2, with its weird 0.9-meter structural gap and ultra-simplified design, isn't just a good idea but the future of car manufacturing? It all comes down to scale. Musk isn't trying to win the luxury EV race anymore. He's trying to build the Toyota Corolla of the electric age. And to do that, he's ripping up the rulebook. Traditional automakers treat every piece of a car like a separate job. Musk's betting on one giant leap. Fewer parts, bigger castings, integrated battery structure, all stitched together in what he calls the unboxed process. Why? Because complexity is the enemy of scale. If Tesla can crank out Model 2 units with half the parts and in half the time, they can hit a price tag under $25,000, while others are still trying to break $35,000. That's not just disruption, that's domination. Musk also knows time is running out. The global EV race is speeding up, and whoever nails affordability at scale first wins. China's already pumping out low-cost EVs at breakneck speed. BYD is coming. Europe's catching on. But none of them, not yet, have the kind of vertical integration Tesla's aiming for. Musk believes Tesla can hit that sweet spot: cheaper, faster, cleaner, smarter. And here's where that 0.9-meter gap comes back into play. It's not an accident, it's strategy. That space helps with modularity, thermal management, airflow, even crash absorption. Musk doesn't want just a cheaper EV. He wants a smarter EV, one that doesn't look or feel compromised, even at a lower cost. So what's next? Well, Tesla's laying the groundwork. Mega castings, dry coating battery tech, even whispers of aluminum-ion breakthroughs. But here's the real question. Can they bring it all together in time? Because while Musk is betting big on the future, the clock is ticking, and there's still one final piece to this puzzle that no one's talking about yet. And it might just explain everything. Ready? Let's dive into the closing reveal. Let's talk about real-world impact. Because Elon Musk isn't just building a new Tesla for fun. He's betting the 2026 Model 2 will completely rewrite how drivers experience electric cars. So what's actually changing for you? For starters, that 0.9-meter design gap everyone's buzzing about? It's not just some weird structural quirk. It's opening the door, literally, to more cabin space, better airflow, and smarter interior layouts. Musk wants you to feel like you're inside something futuristic, not just another box on wheels. Think spacious front-row comfort, a slimmer dashboard, and even modular seats that adapt to ride-sharing or solo commuting, all at a fraction of today's EV price. And then there's control. The Model 2 will reportedly lean heavily on Tesla's next-gen software. Full self-driving not as a feature, but as the default. Imagine getting in, tapping a destination, and letting the car handle the rest, whether you're cruising downtown or navigating suburban streets. And it's not just autonomy. Over-the-air updates will change how your car handles, charges, even parks, long after you buy it. Even the way you buy a Tesla might shift. Musk has hinted at ultra-simplified online purchasing and gigafactory direct delivery. No dealership haggling. No waiting months for your config to arrive. A car built for scale, delivered like a smartphone. But here's the twist. Is all this innovation really for the everyday driver? Or is it Tesla quietly building the foundation for a future where owning a car isn't the point anymore? Because if Musk gets his way, you might not be buying a car. You might be subscribing to a self-driving service that feels more like Netflix than Ford. And that's not just a Model 2 story, that's a whole new chapter in how we move. And guess what? There's still one more curveball in this rollout that nobody's fully talking about yet, and it changes everything again. Elon Musk didn't just drop the 2026 Tesla Model 2 to impress fans. He dropped it like a grenade into the center of the EV market. And that seemingly small 0.9-meter design gap? It's got rival automakers scrambling behind the scenes. Why? Because it signals a shift from luxury innovation to mass accessibility. And no one's ready for that. Musk is betting big that affordability is the new arms race. The Model 2 isn't just aiming to be sleek. It's aiming to undercut everyone. Ford, Hyundai, even BYD in China. They're all now staring down a $25,000 electric car that doesn't cut corners on tech, range, or design. That gap in the structure? It's part of a broader production overhaul. Fewer parts, faster builds, and more efficient use of materials. And that kind of lean design changes everything about how EVs are built, scaled, and priced. We're looking at the first Tesla that doesn't just challenge other EVs, it threatens gas cars in their own backyard. And here's the twist. It's not just about the car. Tesla's vertical integration, batteries, AI chips, software, charging, gives it a moat no other EV maker has right now. Legacy automakers still rely on third parties. Musk neat. So what does this mean for the market? Two things. One, the floor just dropped out from under everyone who thought EV disruption was slowing down. Two, expect a flood of reaction models from competitors, cheaper, faster, smarter cars designed to compete directly with Model 2. But by then, Musk may already be moving to Phase 2. Because this 0.9-meter design might not just be about one car. It could be the blueprint for every Tesla to come. And that leads us to one final critical piece of the puzzle, something even Musk hasn't fully revealed yet. But it could flip the entire industry on its head. Want to go there next? Elon Musk isn't afraid to take risks. But this one's raising eyebrows even inside the auto world. The 2026 Tesla Model 2's 0.9-meter frame gap might look like a sleek design breakthrough, but behind that minimalist structure lies one big, unanswered question. What's the trade-off? This isn't a traditional chassis. It's a radically reworked body meant to optimize production, cost, and weight. But thinner structures come with their own engineering battles, from crash safety to long-term durability. And while Tesla's betting that its next-gen materials and structural battery packs can do double duty, some insiders are quietly skeptical. Can a frame this lean still protect passengers in a high-speed collision? Or are we moving too fast in the name of innovation? Elon Musk says it's all part of his plan to make EVs truly affordable, but affordability shouldn't mean vulnerability. So far, Tesla hasn't released full crash test data on the Model 2, and that's what's fueling debate. Industry engineers are calling this the most aggressively optimized frame design ever proposed for a mass-market EV. Even minor flaws could ripple into major safety concerns over time. But Musk has done this before, pushed limits everyone thought were too dangerous, and turned them into advantages. So the real risk might not be in the frame itself. It might be in how fast competitors rush to copy it, without Tesla's tech stack or safety testing to back it up. Because if this frame design works, it's going to redefine how every compact EV gets built. But if it doesn't, there's a chance we're looking at a very expensive shortcut. And just when you think you've seen it all, there's one final twist in this story, something no one's explained yet about the Model 2's production timeline, and why it might hit sooner than anyone expected. Elon Musk didn't just unveil a car, he opened a door to something way bigger. The 2026 Tesla Model 2, with its stunningly tight 0.9-meter frame gap, isn't just about efficiency or affordability. It's a signal. A preview of what Tesla's next phase might look like: smaller, faster, smarter, and built for billions, not just millionaires. And here's the part no one's talking about yet. If this frame design really holds up, it could become the new baseline for Tesla's global fleet. Cybertruck might have been bold, but the Model 2 is scalable. It's production first. If the Model Y was Tesla's iPhone 8, the Model 2 could be its iPhone SE, mass appeal with just enough edge to disrupt the low-end market. But there's a twist. Insiders are hinting that this isn't even the full reveal. There's talk of a second compact Tesla already in development, one designed exclusively for ride-sharing and autonomous fleets. And guess what? That 0.9-meter frame might have been designed with robotaxis in mind all along. Musk is playing a longer game here. The Model 2 isn't the end of the story. It's the first chapter in a much deeper rewrite of the auto industry. One where factories shrink, cars update like apps, and mobility becomes a subscription, not a purchase. So the real question now isn't just whether the Model 2 will succeed, it's what comes next. Because if this frame really is the foundation of Tesla's future, then we're not just witnessing a new car launch. We're watching the blueprint of a new era being drawn, in real time. And there's still one piece Musk hasn't revealed yet.